This episode is powered by Celsius. Now, whether you're in the gym or you're on the run or, hey, you're just doing a podcast, grab yourself a can of Celsius and live fit. So this is a shameless pitch for Strong New York, September 27th, right at the Glass House on 48th and 12th Avenue. We are throwing the biggest fitness and wellness event this city has ever seen. Every year it gets bigger and bigger. This year we'll have 5,000 people, 80 plus brands, and you will be there. So make sure you get your tickets at strongnewyork.com. It's that simple. Remy, are you ready? Christy, are you ready? Ayesha, are you ready?
Ready.
Here we go for another episode of the Strong New York podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Santucci. And today we have a friend of mine who has been, in and around the fitness scene. But when it comes to curating events, I think she's just top notch. She's introduced me to so many people. And now I want to introduce my audience to my friend who doesn't need to be living in LA anymore. She needs to move to New York. We need to get you here full time. Ayesha, how you doing?
I'm so great. I literally think I see you more than like LA friends.
Good.
You guys like 2 weeks ago.
A good thing. That's a good thing. Well, yeah.
It's like I live here.
You have a very interesting story, and I love the fact that you were one of the first kind of younger people in my ecosystem that has just been so driven the whole time. You were doing the coffee and good vibes thing, pre-pandemic.
2018 or 2019 I started it.
But you started already kind of cultivating those communities, and now everyone's doing it.
Everyone is. I literally, before you guys got here, I got a voice note and I read the transcription, and it was an event pitch, like to get my help curating the group. Founder focus, same thing. Yeah.
So that leads me to my first segment of the show, which is 3 things that piss me off.
Yes.
What are 3 things that just fucking annoy you? Because for me, I have so many, and that's why I could make this a segment on the show, because I could just rant about everything that bothers me. But I want to hear 3 things that absolutely bother you in the business world, because you're doing a great job of what you're doing, but do you start to see people watering down what you've built for yourself?
I definitely think it makes it harder when you're pitching sponsors for what you're doing. Because if you're like, oh, I'm hosting this like founder dinner, they put you in a bucket before they can like.
They're like, yeah, you and everybody else are fucking doing founder dinners.
But then I'm just like, just get me in the room, get me on a call, because the second I can get on a phone call with them or in the room with them with my energy and just how I position it, it helps a lot. But I will say, like when they come to an event, so proof of concept, right? It's like you've been doing Strong New York, people come to it and they experience it, and then they're like, shit, this is different. But they gotta come. And then the other thing I'm just really hard on my team about is the content. So all these brands that we repitch and like that we reach out to, they definitely will then like see the videos. But the one caveat around all these events, watering it down, is that when you hit up these like bigger brands that have the budget, they're like, oh, we actually put budget into so-and-so's event series. Yeah. And it's like not as good as mine.
I know. No, but what happens, what I've been noticing is happening, is that we did it very grassroots. Like, you own your business.
Yeah.
I own my business. I started this from the ground up. It takes a lot longer when you don't have investment money. A lot of these brands, and we meet with them all the time. A lot of these, we'll do collaborations with some of these other companies, because I don't want to do everything. I'm the gym guy. I'm the workout guy. I want to do that. I'll outsource the cold plunge shit. I'll outsource the kind of DJ stuff. I don't want to be the guy I don't want to be DJing. I don't want to be the MC. I don't want to be the guy on the floor doing the workout. Like, you have to outsource a lot of work.
Yeah.
And since we started, we made money, we put it back in. We made money, we put it back in. So it takes a lot longer to climb. Whereas like I meet a lot of these young founders, which it's very impressive, but they're like, oh yeah, I just got 2 million in funding or 3 million in funding. And I'm like, I never got that, because it wasn't really a thing when we started. Like pre-pandemic, like nobody gave a fuck about doing a lot of these events. Yeah.
I feel like post-pandemic, I was just talking about it with the podcast I was just on, and she was saying the same thing. Like post-pandemic, all brands across the board want to be active in community.
Oh my God.
They all of a sudden want to be building in person. Like every brand that we know is like going to the Hamptons, spending an arm and a leg.
Hotels, car companies, facial creams, fucking supplement brands, everybody. gathering up people for Strong New York. Don't forget September 27th. Put it on your calendar now. We'll pitch brands and they're like, are you guys doing anything in the Hamptons? Everybody wants to do something in the Hamptons. I'm like, do you realize like most of the time people don't show up to shit in the Hamptons?
I was going to say, I have this like thesis I say to brands all the time. Brands pick my brain all the time in this space, and I say, your events are only as good as your guest list.
Yeah.
What is the point? You know how much money it costs to buy out a space and pay for everything. Even these contractors, like I have like 7 videographers I will contract because we do like the panels, and then there's an audio engineer, and then there's the UGC editor, and then I have like a girl who will just do vertical video on the iPhone for TikTok. Like there's so many people and parties involved, and if you do an event that's like a little bit hard to get to and someone's not going to the Hamptons, like they're going all the 3rd weekend of July, and your weekend's the 4th, they're not going back.
I know.
That's what people don't understand.
Yeah, like the Hamptons isn't as easily accessible as if you did something right here
in the city.
So we were talking about that because the Gurneys had asked us to do something, and she's like, do you think we should do it? I'm like, it's so hard to position, especially when they're like, oh, you could do end of July, beginning of August. And I'm like, unless you're on one of the holiday weekends, it's going to be very hard to get a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then logistically, it's a pain in the ass to go out there because now we're spending triple on what, hotels and all that shit.
Yeah.
So it's very hard.
I know. I think it really depends on like how this deal is structured, right? Like working with talent, if an influencer I work with was going to work with this brand and they were going to pay them to go out there, put them in a really nice, like, what's it called? The helicopter. We had a brand do that. The Blade. Yeah. Do everything. Then I'm like, then do it for like, because then if you're not even in charge of the people showing up, but then like 50 people or whatever the concept is come, at least it's an experience for you and you get content. It really depends, right?
Before the pandemic, we did an event, what was it, 2018, 2019, Chris, with C4? So we did
C4.
2018 C4 hired me to, this woman came in not really knowing much about like the New York City fitness scene. She's like, we want to do this event. Yeah, but only because 1, they paid for everything. 2, they let me curate the guest list. They were like, we want you to, and then I emceed the event. So I did everything, and then they paid us a nice chunk of change for it. It was a great event. We brought out all the equipment. We brought out all these trainers and stuff. It was, they bust everyone out. They bladed me out.
That's what brands, when I have so many brands that will be like, I want to do an event. Can your company do it? And when I even tell them the fees of like that are associated just to put this event on, they're like, oh, we're not ready. That doesn't even include the event planner, like the talent, hosts.
We don't make anything off it when we host events. Like most of the time with these smaller ones, 3 weeks ago, we're out in Hoboken and we're on that pier. And everybody's like, oh, that was such a great time. I had a great time. I'm like, well, I hope you had a great time. It cost me fucking almost $10,000.
Yep. Every time I do one of my, they're called industry nights in LA. Everyone's like, when's your next like LA industry night? I'm like, next year. Like these things take me so like blood, sweat, and tears. And also because I'm a founder who's super involved and like I'm involved in every piece of it. I am like burnt out from it. But I think it's important to share the behind the scenes of it like you do, because people then value it more and brands appreciate that. And then people will not want to miss like your September event, because it's like if they miss it, then you gotta wait a whole year.
One of our pitches that we always say every time we get a brand on the phone is, you probably don't need our help. However, how can we leverage what we've built to support your mission this year? And that's what we always start with. I need to know that I'm in some way, shape, or form helping them drive the needle forward and progress in whatever they're trying to do.
I have a question for you after this.
Shoot.
Do brands ever give you the question for your event? Because it's different than like an Instagram post. Yeah. What's the ROI? Because like on a digital social media, no, they say it. Yeah, they're like, okay, Kenny, we'll pay you this like fee for this tier partnership. Yeah. But what's the ROI? Or they ask you, that's like a question they ask you in the process. For
like, what's their return on investment?
Yeah.
Typically we say to them, like, we are a more elevated experience when it comes to big expos. So we're going to have a lot of people who necessarily wouldn't go to other events at the event. as well as an elevated clientele. So like our guest list is paying a premium. They're paying anywhere from $150 to $500 for a ticket to the event. So they are health and wellness professionals. There are gym owners, trainers. It's just kind of like the people I've collected over the past 15, 20 years of being in the industry, as well as like people who are now interested in like, oh, hey, well, this is New York's really only one event, so we should go to this. We should be out there. We should be involved somehow. Like last year when we were there, we had so many, like the amount of influencers and social media personalities and stuff that we had there. And everybody's like, oh, did you see this one? I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck that is, but like, I'm happy they were there.
Yeah, it's access. And it's your relationships that you built. And that's the thing that I always say is like the unique differentiator of like all these people trying to copy you is that they're not Kenny Santucci. They haven't been building a brand. How long have you had like strong initially?
2015, so almost 10 years. But I mean, perfect example of that is like, look what Michael Rubin just did with Fanatics Fest.
Yeah.
He's partners with Tom Brady, Jay-Z, and like all these people, Bob Kraft. So it's easy for him to call in these favors, or he's got partnership. These guys have skin in the game. So they're coming to the event and they're making it's beneficial for everyone because they're all making money off this. It's impressive. I mean, what was it, year 2 this year that they've done that? And it's massive. Like the amount of, like the brands that they have there, UFC, WWE, Dick's, the MLB, the NBA, they have, I mean, you can't fit Topps, I guess he owns that Topps card company or something.
Yeah.
But it's impressive. But so, I mean, obviously like people stepping into your space is something that might annoy you a little bit. What else? I'm interested because I think it kind of pulls a little weight off your back when you start to talk about the things that actually start to bother you, because I know it does for me. Like anytime I could vent about some of the shit that bothers me, like for instance, there are so many younger kids that tell me, oh, they're throwing events and we got $2-3 million worth of funding. I'm like, fuck, we're so behind the 8 ball because I've never taken investor money. Like I don't even.
But then they have skin in the game of your company.
No, but like I think it helps move it forward. Like look at all these people who are expanding so quickly because they have money. When you have $3-4 million to play with, you could do a lot more. You give up part of the business, but at the same time, it's like you're finding the right partner and finding the right investor, I think is so important.
But then you hear of those brands that are bootstrapped and they're killing it.
Killing it, yeah. Well, I mean, some of these people are like, oh, well, we haven't spent any money in marketing and advertising. I'm like, well, that's a fucking impressive too, because we spend a shit ton. I mean, we've probably spent about 50, 60 grand already in advertising and marketing already.
What do you guys use? Like what's your main?
I hire marketing and advertising companies.
And you guys will pay for ads on platforms?
Yeah, we'll have them help us develop ads for social, as well as like doing, kind of guerrilla marketing as well. Like we're going to start doing guerrilla marketing around the city, like putting up posters and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about, I really want to do a billboard.
So many people are doing them right now in New York. Remember we were talking about that on my podcast?
Yeah.
In Soho?
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know they were real. I see so many people doing AI versions of it and shit.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know how many are real because they're expensive as shit.
It's they are. But I do think you guys would really benefit from that for Strong because of the placement. But not here. You should do it Lower Manhattan.
I want to do like one day pay for it. I think it's like still like 20 grand for like a day.
People do them.
But in Times Square, I don't think nobody's looking up and paying attention.
And those are tourists. So like they're not your demo.
No, we need, I was thinking the same thing, like Soho, NoHo area, doing a billboard down there.
Yeah. Or I love this shit, like a drink collab or something really cool like that. Like Blank Street Coffee is killing it, and Matcha Full's doing it, and all these brands like in my PR work, like that's what we do for our clients. We'll get them these smoothie collabs. One of my clients right now, they're doing one with Sun Life, currently active right now. Isn't
that the drink?
It's Sun Life Organics. It's all over LA and it's in Nashville, but like it just came to New York.
So you like matcha?
feel like I can't say I do because you literally went on a rant before.
No, I mean, it's perfectly okay if a woman orders a
People
matcha.
love matcha. Like, I do love matcha.
Yeah.
It's grown on me. You know what?
There's that place here that there's like 50 of them.
Matchaful.
No. What is it?
Cha-cha matcha.
Cha-cha matcha.
Yeah.
Those guys are fucking killing it.
Matchaful's killing it. You know how much a matcha costs?
$11 probably?
Yeah.
Is it? Is that what it is?
$11.
No shit.
Yeah, the ones in New York. Yeah.
What the fuck even is it? It's just like smashed
It's
up
green
plants?
tea leaf, but then there's different grades. So now that matcha's blown up, there's like different grades of matcha, and like you want to get ceremonial grade from Japan. Like they're all different. So the fact that like the matcha it's getting so popular that there's a world matcha shortage right now.
Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you grow matcha?
In Japan.
That's the only
the
place
farmers. Matchaful's not affected by the shortage. It's a whole thing. I was like getting all a lot of my friends from LA were like, can you bring me back matcha from Matchaful because there's a shortage. So LA is not getting there.
I've had so many brands send me so much matcha.
Yeah, but it's probably like not the high quality. When you're a matcha drinker, you can taste the difference. Like from good coffee to shit coffee. It's like how you know.
Oh, for sure.
Cold flirt. It's same thing.
I'm definitely a coffee connoisseur. I was thinking about this morning when I went to go.
I love coffee. Coffee's a good vibe.
Fellini has great fucking coffee. And when people talk about the flavor notes of a coffee, you could taste it in a really good coffee. Like it's almost like nutty, chocolatey. Of course, yeah, I've been there before.
I'd
like to go back.
Like they just go and they get different espresso in Italy and like.
You could go anywhere in Italy. The airport has fucking good coffee. Better coffee than you could get here. Yeah.
I know.
Same thing with France though. Like when I was in the south of France, it was the same shit. Like they have incredible, pastries and fruit.
Same with when I was in Colombia. Same thing.
Yeah, I loved Colombia.
I love that about it. No, I think you should try matcha because maybe you can open up some sponsorships.
After today,
I
wanted to kick this kid in the back. It really fucking fucked up my.
But if you go to like one of these matcha places to get it, they don't have to do that because usually they have them like whisk and like you go to Cha-Cha. We should just go to Cha-Cha. Take it. Like, they have this gun and it like it's an electric whisk, so it's really quick.
Okay, yeah, because today I was just like
it's so funny.
Losing my patience. I had to get a coffee as soon as I could to run down to my client. And I thought I was going to be the only person in line. And up walks this, I don't even want to say it, douchebag of a guy. And he's like, could I have a matcha? And I'm like, you had to fucking order this bullshit right before I got up to the line. So the fucking guy's whispering it. 11 minutes later,
you get your drink.
I finally get my drink and I'm like, all they have to do is undo the tap, pour my coffee in, and I could be on my way. But I had to wait till this fucking guy's stupid.
Are you patient or no?
Zero patience.
You know when like
zero patience.
Things happen. Are you one of those
I'm a New Yorker.
where, like things happen for me? I was watching this story yesterday and this girl who's great. I'll connect you guys actually. She's someone you should know.
Okay.
Big like speaker influencer. Anyway, she was saying like she was at the airport and there's delays. There's a lot of delays right now. I've never been delayed. I travel so much and I'm never delayed.
Always.
And then I've been like, I had the craziest travel day even coming here. But she was like, whenever I'm delayed or like I'm going through it, and it was like a crazy delay like all day, she always says, she asks like, what is this trying to show me? Is trying to give me pay, like, is it trying to make me slow down? Is it trying to, so she asked that question back. So it's like when someone is like taking their sweet, maybe you're meant to like, I don't know, talk to the girl behind you in line, make a new connect.
No, there was nobody in line, but only me. I was the only fucking idiot waiting for the coffee. But I will say this, I actually did come to, yesterday I was driving down to a wedding and I'm sitting in the car by myself and I actually didn't turn the music on the whole time. I drove from Montauk to East Brunswick, New Jersey. So if you know the area, it was like a 2 hour and 45 minute drive. Yeah. Yeah. It was a fucking long drive. Anyway, I was on the Belt Parkway. Everybody drives like absolute dog shit on there. So I'm driving down and I go, the worst thing that ever happened to me was getting canceled. And I always thought to myself, I'm like, okay, if I actually did something wrong, this was a good way for me to reset, but it didn't. So I always think, I go, why'd this fucking happen to me? I didn't do anything. What lesson was this supposed to teach me?
And I was actually even telling my cousin this yesterday. I go, had I have not gotten canceled, I would have probably still been on television. And I think I would just be kind of empty about it because I never found it fulfilling. I always wanted it to use it as like a stepping stone to do other shit. So for me, it made me uncomfortable in many different ways. But in one way was to like kind of build everything I've built up to this point.
I feel like everything happens for you, not to you. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like such a mindset shift.
For sure.
Things.
Yeah.
But it's every like pivot is redirection, right? Like there's that saying, rejection is redirection.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
I really believe that. That's why like the silence and the solitude is so important.
Yeah.
Because you can think.
Saturday night, I was with my buddy. We stopped at this bar. This girl.
Bar?
We were at the new Bagatelle. Or no, was it the Bagatelle? No, we were at the something Hampton Project or yeah, I think it's called the Hampton Project. So we went in there. We were meeting up with a bunch of other guys and this girl comes up to me and she's like, hey, so what do you do? And the conversation was just so
Should hit on you like forward?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
pretty forward. And she wanted to like just brag about being an attorney. And she's like, I'm an attorney. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. So what? Like, that's not even it's not even a fun job. No, it just went, the conversation absolutely went nowhere. But I thought about that because I go, so many people like kind of walk into your life and it's funny how certain things stay and certain things don't. Like, it was just like the conversation was going nowhere and it was just like, all right, see you later. But
oh my God.
I sat outside and I was sitting with this guy who ended up being some fucking local yokel out there. And we just talked for about an hour about absolutely like politics and, you know, going to the gym and all this stuff. And I'm like, had the conversation have been good, I probably would have stayed and just talked to her. But I went outside and I had a great conversation. Yeah. And I went home and I was telling and my buddy Jimmy's like, "Were you guys gonna bang after that or something?" I was like, "No, we were just having a great conversation." I was like, I kind of like the guy. He was fucking great.
Did you connect with him after?
No, we didn't even exchange numbers or anything. But I literally had a better conversation with this guy than this woman. But yeah, you think about that. You're like, oh yeah, that'd be cool to meet somebody. Like there's so many different steps in life that could lead to certain other things.
But I think as long as you're like following what you're meant to do, you're always like led to that.
Yeah. And I think always being true to who you are. I have a problem saying no to people and I end up.
Really?
Oh my God.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I feel like you say no.
No, listen, I do believe that like there's been so many times I've said yes and so many times I did things that I didn't want to do.
You're a people pleaser?
Yes and no. Like I always take it from my point of view. Like I never want people to say no to me. Right? Like I hate when we reach out to a brand or we're trying to do something and people are just so fucking cold and shitty. And I'm like, the reason why I became a glorified gym teacher was because those who can't teach, those who can't teach gym. So that's what I do. But I enjoy it. And part of the reason why I wanted to become a teacher when I was younger was because teachers are so fucking mean. Like there was, in my school, they were all, like I remember being so afraid of having this one nun who everybody hated. She was such a bitch. She was so angry all the fucking time. And I'm like, oh my God, when I get to 7th grade, I hope I don't have this woman. And I didn't understand fearing a teacher. Then when I joined my first gym when I was like 15, 16 years old. And the guy behind the desk was this like juiced up fucking loser 90s looking gym rat, you know, like got like a buzz cut, you know, and he was such a dick too. And I remember telling my brother, I'm like, yo, I'm going to open up a gym and it's going to be cool. Everybody's going to have a good time and people are going to look forward to going because I fucking hate going there because that guy sucks. And then I felt the same way about school. I'm like, I hated school because teachers were always mean and it sucked. So I was like, I'm just going to do what.
How old were you when you said that? Probably
15 or 16 years old. But I always felt like you don't have to be an asshole to people. You know, a teacher doesn't have to be an asshole to people. You know, so I always said, I want to get into that field so that I can make people feel good about it. So I never say no to people because I never want somebody to feel like rejected in a way because I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
So like when people are like, hey, could I come to the event? I mean, Christy gets pissed about it all the time.
What about with dating? Are you like, yes?
Well, I've been talked into dating. going out on dates that I didn't want to go on, for sure.
You felt bad.
Like, well, it's twofold when you're a guy, right? I never want somebody to feel that shitty that like I'm too good for them. So she could tell you.
Out of pity?
Yeah, I've taken girls out on dates where I'm like, I wouldn't ask this girl out, but I'm like, sure, yeah, we'll go out on a date. I'll take you to dinner. I don't want to name.
Now you're
there's definitely
gonna get all the girls gonna try that.
Yeah. So wasn't I telling? Yeah, you were there the other day when I was talking about that one girl where I took this girl out to dinner like 4 or 5 times. Yeah.
Because did she initiate?
Yeah, she was the one who was like,
each one.
She's like, how come you never asked me out? And
What did you say?
I'm like, I never thought it was an option. He said, sure, we'll go out. Like, I didn't.
But were you actually interested?
No,
or no,
no, I really wasn't. Like,
because you know that saying,
as a
like,
guy,
if he
you're
wanted
always
to,
loyal.
he would.
Yeah, but
That's true.
What?
If he wanted to, he would, right?
Yeah, yeah. And no, I think there's some times where you're like intimidated and you don't want to do it or you don't want to feel rejected or whatever it is. But for the most part, I think, yes, some guys are aggressive enough where,
especially New York guys.
Yeah. And there's very few, I don't know. I think there's more opportunities here than anywhere else. But like, yes, there's very few times where you're like, oh, I really want to make this connection. I'd probably say there's probably 10 times I could think of in the 15 years I've lived in New York where I'm like, oh, I should go up and talk to that girl.
Really?
Yeah, it's not like I'm walking around all the time being like, oh, I should.
Yeah, because you're like out here trying to like not reject them.
Yeah,
coming up to you.
So this girl, this is, God, it's got to be 5 or 6 years ago, before the pandemic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she's like, you never asked me out. And I'm like, well, okay, let's go out. And we went out on 4 or 5 dates. And then
it's a lot of dates.
Yeah, yeah. And we'd sit there and bullshit. She's kind of within the ecosystem of like the fitness industry.
Yeah.
She's like into it, but not really. And on the 5th date, we were leaving this restaurant. And she's like, you never even try to kiss me or do anything. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man, I'm really getting pressured into this. I was like, I at that point, like, you have to do it, right? So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll fucking kiss her.
Oh my goodness.
And then she's like, are you going to invite me over? And I'm like,
I knew you were going to go there.
Fucking God, this is getting crazy. I was like, I got to be up so early tomorrow. I was like, but definitely let's do it again. And like, after that, she texted me and she's like, you know what? This isn't working for me.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, you're dumping me? I was like, I didn't. So I've had that happen a couple times where I really wasn't that interested, but I didn't want to tell them no.
Yeah.
So, and there's definitely there's definitely times with the event where people are like, can I speak? Can I do this? And I'm like, yeah, talk to Christy.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Everyone needs a Christy.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. We'll get you on for sure. I'd love to have you. And like, I would if I had infinite amount of time and it didn't cost me. Literally, it costs us probably $15,000 to $20,000 an hour. So within that hour, I have to fucking come up with some shit that's going to generate that much revenue. And there's a lot of people where I'm genuinely asking you, what do you want to talk about? Because I don't even know what the fuck you do. You know, there's so many people who are like, well, I was thinking about starting this thing. I go, so you don't even have a thing.
But they want to
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody wants to tell their story.
I have a podcast. You should see my DMs.
Me too. I know.
It's
like, I'm sure.
But I appreciate it so much. And I think everyone should shoot their shot always. So if you're listening, always shoot your shot.
I agree.
Shoot your shot with Kenny if you want to go out with him because he will take it.
Yeah. You'll at least get a free dinner out of it for sure.
Careful what you wish for. You can get whatever you want. You just.
Yeah, I've definitely been down that road too many times, and I was just like, all right, sure, I'll go.
Oh my God, you should do like a episode on like the guideline because you're such a New Yorker on like dating in New York, the men's guide. Because there's so many women who do it in New York and
everybody
they crush.
Gets offended at everything I fucking say. I can never talk about dating. Like,
really? Why?
Yeah, I don't even realize I'm being offensive. I grew up in a very Italian New Jersey household where like everyone, my uncles, my mom, everybody would always be like, oh, that broad. I never even thought that was like a bad thing. I end up saying it sometimes and I'm like, oh, fuck, somebody's going to get offended by that. But it's just like the lingo.
Have you ever brought a girl home to meet your family?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay, so there's been like some good contenders. Oh.
Yeah, well, because I'm like, my family growing up, my house was like a revolving
That's how
door.
my parents are.
Yeah.
It's like my family, like I've come home, like they come visit in LA. They've had like all my friends over for dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. My
I
house
didn't
was
know we were having people over.
my house.
Oh, Christmas is big.
Yeah.
Oh, my parents are like that too, though. They're like,
Yeah.
invite them over for Christmas if they don't. Christmas is like, I feel like all like acquaintances now because my sister will extend the invite to everyone.
Yeah. I feel bad because I'm like, fuck, that would suck sitting home by yourself. on
Yeah.
Christmas. And I don't think some people look at it like that, but like for me, I'm like,
Mhm.
well, we're going to have this huge meal and there's going to be all these people. So do you want to come?
Yeah.
You know, because I've definitely been in situations where I was talking to somebody relatively new and they're like, yeah, I'm just going to sit home on Christmas. Or like, it's New York, everybody's Jewish. And they're like, I wish I could celebrate Christmas. I'm like, do you want to come to my house?
Yeah.
Like, I felt like they were throwing it out there for me to say something.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
you can come.
I think you have a big soft spot. I think sometimes online, like people think you're way meaner than you are.
I definitely, people
This
definitely
is
think
a podcast that's exposing you.
I'm getting exposed. Now, I need to be more of a fucking hard ass. I need to be more of a hard.
No, I think, but my other side of that, I think with what you do in the space that you're in, I talk about this all the time with like influencers and they got to be everyone's friend. Carl Radke and I were just chatting about this because he's like opened up Soft Bar.
Mhm.
Are you guys connected? Oh, I'm going to connect you guys.
Who's that?
Carl Radke from Summer House.
Oh, no.
He's opening up.
Oh, yeah. I love him.
Yeah, he's opening up.
He's such a nice guy.
Yeah, I was telling him about you.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot you guys could. I love to connect. I'm gonna connect you guys. But he was opening up Soft Bar in Brooklyn, in Greenpoint.
That's the guy you met with, Chris, right? Yeah, Chris.
So anyway, like it's such a cool spot. It's gonna be like it's a mocktail, like non-alc bar, but like a social club. So it's like you can go there. But anyway, when we were talking about like business stuff and like brands that I had for him and the numbers about it, he's like, that's where I like step aside because he likes to stay like bringing the connections in. So I think it's also a good thing because then you attract a lot of different things that you can pass off to your team.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's definitely some brands for sure that like people have asked me to put stuff up. They're like, hey, I'd really appreciate if you'd put this picture up or this video
For
or
free.
this
Yeah.
event. I'm like, fuck. All right. Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, do a story.
You know, but in a way, sometimes people look at your brand, but it's all the way you position yourself. Like I always want to support people. I genuinely do like seeing people win. I genuinely want to make people happy. Like the event, when people ask me what the best part of the event is, last year I took a second for myself, looked around, and there were so many people smiling and having a good time. And I go, even if I lose every dollar, this was such a win.
That's how I am with my events.
Yeah.
I'm like so burnt out and tired.
Yeah.
But like people are like, oh, I met like influencers that move the needle for our brand. I met a co-founder. I met an investor because of the quality of people we curate.
For sure.
It was insane. Like my last event I just did because we had the fires in LA in January. So my event was slated to be this date in January that was like right during the fires. And it's like, you know, like you're planning this date, you have it, you're like September, like you know what day it is and you're planning it. And everyone's like, all the speakers were coordinated to come out, like all the like brands were set. And then we had to move it because of the fires. And
Holy
like,
shit.
of course it's like everyone understands, but at the same time, so everyone understood, like I sent out like the professional email, like, and then that was a whole thing too, because I've never dealt with something like that before. Like the brands, I knew I was going to move it when the fires were just like, when they started and I was like, fuck, my event's in 2 weeks. Like, this is not good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wild because you have people who are just attending who are like, waiting for my event because it does open up a lot. I have a lot of like really powerful people there, or they're aligned to come to LA that week, so they're stoked.
Yeah.
And then I had like not nice messages about like, oh, you're moving it, like, you know, it was only it like you'd be surprised. And then I had brands that every brand was understanding, but then you also had brands that are like, why didn't you put out a statement on your story or an email telling us? I'm like, it's coming, but I had like 300 emails to do in coordination. It has to go out in like a professional way and it has to go to the top line first, then down. And it's like, sorry, you're like,
at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, but it was just wild dealing with it. And then I had to redo the whole event because it's like not every speaker could redo the day. I remember like Sahel Bloom was flying in, and that was like the week of his press week in LA, and it all worked out. And then, yeah, you lose your whole panel. I had a theme for the panel. Everything had to, all the brands had to reconsider if they were going to fully pull out, and you have to respect that because of like, it's a new date.
Yeah.
It was the most stressful thing to redo that event in like the span of 3 weeks. But after the event, I was so burnt out because of that. And I read the messages, like hundreds of messages of stories of people who met people that like changed.
That's the best part.
And then like living in LA, I'm sure you find this in New York, when you're walking around LA or New York after your event and you meet people who came, it's crazy.
That's the best part.
Do people come up to you in New York and are like, hey, I went to Strong, like, that was such a great event? Or like, do you get that?
I got the craziest compliment this weekend.
Wait, tell it. In the Hamptons?
Yeah. I was sitting on the phone with Julian, who's one of my coaches. My camera guy was sleeping in the car, and I didn't want to wake him up because we drove out from we were at Post House, and then we were going out to
I want to go there.
It's great. It's great. Walter's awesome. And it was a really cool experience. I worked out there yesterday morning. I hung out with them for a little bit on Saturday, but we're going to do a little pop-up out there by the end of the summer.
Sick.
So yesterday I'm sitting on FaceTime with him and I'm demoing moves to be like, all right, this is what's going to be in the programming this week, blah, blah, blah. And these two girls are leaving they couldn't have been more than 35. And they were walking out of the Citarellas that I was sitting in, and they go, hey, we love your podcast and love following you online. I'm like, really? I was like, I didn't even think anybody listened to it, but it was cool. I thought it was just like people I know listened to it.
That's the most motivating thing in the world.
And I'm like, I just got to keep pumping out episodes.
Those things inspire me so much. When I was in New York 2 weeks ago, and it was like my first day in the city, and I was like going to get a matcha. Your favorite. And this girl came up, she was like looking at me, and I was with like my videographer girl, and she was like, is that girl staring at you? And I was like, maybe we're like in her, like, I don't know, like, I don't know if we're like in the way or we're being like, I don't know. And then she came over and she was like, I listen to your podcast, I follow you online. And then I was really receiving that in a nice way. I was like so positive. She started crying. That's
great.
It was, but it was great. Like really motivating. Yeah. Like I was like sick. Like,
yeah.
Like, keep going.
I went through two phases of that. One, when I was on television, you go somewhere and people are like, oh my God, I love this show, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, well, it's not like I wrote the fucking show. I'm there.
People in reality TV get that a lot.
I know, which is so crazy to me because like coming from that world, doing it when it was just television. So it was, in my opinion, a bigger deal than it is now because now, like most of these people are online celebrities basically. Like no one's watching.
If you know
TV.
how to leverage it, then you grow to the moon.
And it's but I think reality people are bigger than real celebrities now.
Oh, 100%.
Right? It's
if you're culturally relevant in the land of social media, then you're like a celebrity.
No, when I was on television, you were a second-class citizen. It was like, oh yeah, you're reality people, go over there. You know, but now it's like they're a big deal. They get invited to fucking huge events and stuff. My friend who does it now, it's like he's bigger than he ever was in the past. But regardless, I think there's definitely a beauty to having a presence and affecting people's lives in that way. I mean, now I feel so much better about it because it's something I created, that's something I care about, that's something I put so much time and effort into. Whereas when I was on TV, I'm like, I was a kid, I was just being a jerk off on television. I wasn't really like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like it was fun to do it, but it's not like something I curated. Like your brand and your events and the things you do are you. Like that's you, and people are falling in love with you. At that point, they were falling. They liked the show. It didn't matter who the fuck the guy.
I find that when people meet you in person too, and whether that be like they follow you online and they meet you, or they come to your events and they get to like be in your energy and your presence and see what you curate, it makes them a forever follower, community member of your brand.
Yeah. Well,
It's insane what it does.
See, I always feel I'm always look on the opposite side of it, where I think that like when people meet me, they're going to be disappointed. They're going to be like,
I think
that was uneventful.
Like, he's such a teddy bear.
No.
He's so nice.
I always think like they're going to be like, oh, that sucked. That wasn't what I thought it would. Because I've actually had that experience with people when you're so excited to meet them, and then you're like, that was
but not with like you.
I hope not.
For some people, I could see that if they're not like what they preach online.
So yes, I definitely have somebody that I looked, kind of was into, and then when I met them, I'm like, jerk off. Anyway,
Founder, influencer.
Founder.
Yeah.
Big business. But anyway, with what we do, throwing events, doing all this stuff, if you can work alongside one person and throw an event at a singular place with this person, who would it be and where would it be?
Anywhere
on the planet.
Oh my God, do you want me to like dream big, or do you want me to just go like business brain? Because in my business brain, I'd be like, okay, I want to do a hotspot city like LA, New York, or Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And I would do it with someone who's like a great person to work with, and I know their energy, I know their vibe. But are we like...
Yeah, like, I mean, it could be anybody. Like you're going to do a coffee
and a good vibe?
Coffee and a good vibe with someone.
And are they like a partner in it? Like
they're helping you push it. Like, hey, come see us live.
Oh my gosh, this is a good question. I feel like
most of us don't have an answer for like these things where it's like if somebody hands us.
Yeah. Because I don't like to put anyone on a pedestal.
Yeah.
That's like my thing.
I mean, I think there's certain people who put themselves on a pedestal.
Yeah.
And we all kind of be like, yeah, that makes sense. They've done enough shit in the space where they deserve it.
Well, I think there's like really cool people who curate events really well. And I think I don't know, I met Jay Shetty once. But for example, actually, no, you went to the show. I heard that. A lot of my friends went to the show, and the way he like spoke, everyone left with something where they felt something.
Yeah.
And to make people feel something, like I think there's a type of person who can do that. So it would be really cool to curate something epic with someone like that. But even from a brand perspective, I think like there's brands in the space that, they do an event and every like line, like every dot is like hit, like it's amazing. And I think Tezza, I don't know if you know Tezza, the app, they do such crazy events in LA for their own app. And the girl's name is Tezza. She's an influencer. Every girl listening to this probably knows the app. This influencer Tezza, she's passionate about photography, started this app. I went down the rabbit hole listening to her on podcast. She bootstrapped it, and it's worth like $10 million or $20 million now. And it's just an app. Well, it's not just an app, but it's like an app that helps you edit your photos and videos. But like the presets are insane. Like they're so good. A lot of every like big influencer I know, when you ask them like, what do you use? They use Tezza. And
Chris, do you know what that is?
Yeah, every girl.
This motherfucker's got a finger on the pulse of everything.
Yeah.
I could throw a name out there and she's like, yeah, of course I know who that is. I'm like, how? Why do you know all this shit?
And she, like the girl, like her events that she curates, like around launches are so well done. Pardon? Like they're not events like we do, like community events. They're events for like A-list talent. Like she'll do like a dinner around like launching something, and it's like it does the press move. Like, there's a time and place for that. Summer Fridays, an amazing brand that curates events really well. It's like A-list talent. The reality TV stars who are culturally relevant are there. It's like select people, and then it's a beautiful event, and they all post, and then that's how that brand like will highlight a certain like campaign drop.
Mm-hmm. There's
like different types of events.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, listen, working alongside a brand that will, and we talk about this all the time when we try to sell strong to people. We're like, man, if we just had one brand to help us pay for like all the big lift heavy shit.
A headline.
Yeah.
Don't you guys usually have a headline partner?
Yeah, we do, but not like, it's not enough. We've never gotten like, I've talked to some founders and some people within the space who are like, yeah, we got 150 or 200 grand from somebody. And like, I mean, our space costs $125,000. So like our event costs a lot, you know? So if I had somebody help me with that, then I'd go bigger with marketing and advertising and different shit. And then like I could pay some people to come. So yeah. Like,
but I think that's the whole beauty about brand. It's like when you scale your brand as a thought leader, as an influencer, as a podcast host, then you don't have to pay for that access. Like I'll just use the Tessa example, right? You see her like dinners when she does them, and it's every big talent you'd love to get in the room with that probably charges like 6 figures for a campaign.
Yeah.
And they're like become our friends. And that's what you're building.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm ever going to be sitting at Tessa's table. I'd love to. I mean, that'd be cool, but.
Put it out there.
Yeah, I'm putting it out
I feel like it
there.
could happen for you. Easy.
Tessa?
With a Z.
Tessa.
2 Z's.
Yeah. Tessa, I'm available for any of these dinners that you want to put me on.
You feel like the only guy there.
What are some brands that you haven't worked with yet that you'd like to?
Ooh. I think any brand, right?
Any brand. Could be any. Could be fucking
Oh my God. I love
Chevy.
Sporty and Rich.
Sporty and
Oh my God. You have to know Sporty and Rich because you are in New York. It's a New York brand.
Really?
They do everything right.
Okay.
You should go. You don't leave this area, right? Midtown?
I mean, I travel.
Walk over to Soho and go see what all the cool brands are doing.
Yeah, I mean, well, I've been trying to see like what people think is cool because I'm not cool anymore.
Yeah, Sporty and Rich, all these brands I'm about to name is my favorite.
Sporty and Rich, who else?
Form, you know the girls.
Yeah, I love those girls.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know fuck all about them.
I've been wearing their shit.
Form.
Sammy's brand, yeah.
So
I saw them before I came.
So my friend Josh, you know Josh, who owns Energy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So he had them at his space.
Wait, really? That's their pop-up space? That was his?
Yeah, it's his spot.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. No, they did that. They did all the branding and stuff. And I admire them.
How much is that?
How old are those girls? What,
They're a year older than me. Yeah, 31.
Okay. So I was so impressed by the branding, the way they put it all together, the marketing of it, what they put up on social. I didn't know who they were from a fucking hole in the wall.
Yeah, they're huge in LA.
But they and they have a cool brand. You know, obviously it's geared towards women, but I admire what they've built for sure. What was that? A month ago they built that thing? Or 2 months ago? And I was like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
They did that really well. They had a great group of people. I think they had Jay Shetty there.
Jay Shetty did it, yeah.
Yeah.
They're friends. That's when you're friends with people, you have access. Relationships are everything.
I lived in New York for 15 years. I don't have any famous friends. Like, not that famous. Not like Jay
I
Shetty.
feel like you do.
No, I'm friends with this guy. He's my boy. We're going to eventually go grab a fucking matcha together.
Oh, you gotta get matcha. I think another brand would be a coffee brand. I love Alfred Coffee in LA. Wait, Josh?
I only know Alfred because it's in the airport in LA.
I love Alfred.
And
in New York, I like Blank Street.
I see. I think I've had Blank Street 1 or 2 times. It's not memorable to me.
It's not memorable, but it's consistent, and that's what I appreciate with coffee.
I agree. I think
because I get an iced Americano, so that shit can be off with the ratios of ice to
another fucking chick thing.
I'm an iced Americano girly, and if
I will fight with her all day long because if we're in a rush to go somewhere and she's like she needs to have a fucking Americano, I go, why? Because they need to make the espresso, and then she needs to have extra ice in it, and I go,
I asked for extra ice.
Oh, you'll never meet a guy who asks for extra ice. It's like, it's just such a fucking chick thing. It annoys the fuck out of me because I was somewhere else. We were doing an event and some girl goes, could you get me extra ice too? I go, what the fuck what's with the extra ice? It's going to all melt anyway.
I told Josh that, the owner of Alfred, when I met him, because he is so well, like, the Alfred that I walk to, they all know me. They make my extra iced Americano every morning. It's like waiting for me.
Where in LA is it?
In West Hollywood. The one on Melrose Place is the OG one, and that's where their office is. So we met because everyone's like, how do you not know Ayesha? She's in the CPG space. Anyway, when we met, he was laughing that I asked for extra ice. He's like, we'll give you extra ice all day long. Because it's like,
she's another one. It drives me up a wall.
But what were you going to say about that
It's
brand?
like nails on a chalkboard. Well, no, because I stay when I go to Austin, and I go pretty often, I stay at the Line Hotel, and inside the Line Hotel, they have an Alfred.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was there.
Yeah. And I love their coffee cups. They do the old school New York style coffee cups with the branding. And I like black coffee. I either want black iced coffee or black coffee regular. I don't need matcha. I don't need fucking iced Americanos. I just want black coffee.
Wow. You taste the difference?
1,000%.
Yeah.
If you put 5 coffees in front of me, I drink so much coffee that I could probably tell you where it's from. We should do that.
Really? I would love to film that.
Yeah. I could taste like.
Yeah.
Starbucks, I could tell you.
I'm trying to. People ask me that for Coffee and Goodbye page. I do matchas and coffees. People ask me.
I think you were one of the first people to do like coffee and, right? And now everybody's coffee and chill, coffee and good vibes, coffee and
this needs to be a clip because everyone will send me coffee and chill.
Yeah.
And I love it. I would love to.
They're an LA-based brand. They should have you.
That's what a lot of people say.
Yeah.
I'm very big though on like.
I have his number. He's a really nice kid. The kid who started.
There's also it's in Toronto too.
Oh, Coffee Party.
Yeah.
We're working with them.
No way. So I'm going to Toronto.
You're Toronto based.
I'm from Toronto. Yeah,
there's this Canadian invasion going on in New York right now.
I fucking love it. Maybe that's why I'm like, I want to stay here over LA. But I'm going to Toronto. I was gonna go at the end of this trip, but I'm gonna go like in like 2 weeks. But my sister works with me, and my sister's like, we need to do stuff with them. So I'm going to meet with them.
I'm going to put you on a text with Matt right after this.
The Toronto one?
Matt owns the coffee place.
Oh my God, I love
And their whole thing is like DJs and stuff. And that's another thing that I want to outsource. Like, we've never done an after party after Strong. And I was talking to him. I was like, would you guys want to do that? And he's like, yeah, we'll do it. So they're going to do like an after party and stuff. But
coffee's everything. Wait for my merch. I'm working on that right now. Oh, another brand I love. And I'm working with the founder. He's like helping me out on merch. Mad Happy. You're going to say, I don't know it. Go to Soho. They just opened in Soho.
Somebody's into this. Somebody at the gym wears that bullshit.
Mad Happy.
Mad Happy. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
a very big fan of all these places. Forum did it, Sporty and Rich did it, and Mad Happy's doing it, where they have a storefront like in a really trendy spot, like they have Soho, and then they have a cafe. I love that.
Yeah, me too. I love I
love when brands do that. Amy Leon Dore. I go there. Oh, I love
Who?
Amy Leon Dore.
What the fuck is that? What is that?
We need to go to Soho right after this podcast.
Amy Leon Dore?
We need.
You've seen this before. This one you've seen. I guarantee.
It's in New York.
They did the Yankees.
Do you know what Kith is?
Yeah, of course I know what Kith is. Yeah, Kith did the ice cream though, right? No, for me, years ago, I had brought in probably 5 different plumbers into Solace when I was running that place.
Yeah.
To run plumbing up to the front because I wanted a coffee shop in the front so bad. I love coffee. I drink fucking 5 cups a day. People are like, oh, you're going to die. I'm like, I'm going to die of something. Might as well be something I like doing. If it's coffee and cigars, I'm okay with dying from it. Or dropping a barbell on my head or something. Like that is a glorious death for me. So what else do you have going on? What are you working on right now?
Oh my gosh, so many things. So I'm working on our next event.
Which is?
It's our next LA industry event, but this one's exciting. We need to chat about it. It's wellness theme. So it's going to be like, usually our nights are like LA night, cocktail nights. But I don't know if this is how it is in New York, but in LA, no one drinks. Like we'll get an alcohol partner and we'll do the whole thing because we kind of have to. And also with hospitality partners for events, when you're buying it out, they're like, oh, like what's the alcohol? Like that's a whole conversation. And what we do with our events is we'll get like a big alcohol brand to take that placement. So they'll do a takeover on the bar. Like think like when you're at Coachella and you see like 818 takeover, branded cocktail,
Budweiser,
menu,
whatever.
and then everything's like mocktail version, I make sure, and then cocktail. And it's so crazy. But every brand that will pay for that placement, the amount of alcohol, like we'll project and I'll give them like, oh, in the past, this is how many drinks were served of the night. No one drinks, so that our mocktails crush, because with our mocktails we'll do like really cool mocktail beverages that have like adaptogens and like euphorics and all those things.
I love
those crush. So this event I'm excited about because in LA also no one works like a normal person.
No
so
shit.
I'm going to change the time up. I'm going to make it like an earlier event. We're going to have a huge panel like with some really heavy hitter names that are going to fly in for it. And it's my next like baby coffee and a good vibe wellness event. And then at the same time, like with the podcast has been growing a lot. We're working on like the merch, but I want my merch to be cool. So I'm collaborating with a cool like clothing brand, and it's not about money to me. It's about just having dope merch that like I think is sick, that people love the quality.
I think nowadays entrepreneurs like us are spending our, like, I don't know about you, I don't really take vacations. I rather take 10 grand and dump it into my business and do something cool like
Same. In LA, I built like a podcast studio, and now my sister's like, we have this like area in the studio. My sister's like, oh, instead of doing that like aesthetic wall you were thinking, let's do a merch wall so people can come. They can get like the dad hats. They can get a crew neck. We want to do like tumblers, because we're also like coffee and a good vibe tumblers and cool shit that people could take, because that's brand material. And I'd rather like put all the money in there so an influencer or a founder could come over and then want to wear that sweater.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's one of my biggest problems is I love merch. I'm the type of guy, I can't go to a concert without buying a concert t-shirt. The only problem is I'm going to see bands that were cool in 1989 and it's not cool anymore. So all my shit has skulls and Grim Reapers and, you know.
It's kind of emulated in your strong New York brand though.
Yeah. And I think that's why, like, I mean, I get a lot of shit from the ladies who work with me because they're like, your stuff's not cool. And I'm like, I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's so you though. It's so on brand for you.
Yeah, but I need like, I thought the form stuff was really cool. I think those girls.
Did think it's cool?
Oh my God, yeah. Like, not for me. I'm not going to wear that shit. But like for women, you know, like I don't think I'm their target demographic. Like nobody's like, oh yeah, maybe we should make some cool stuff for 40-year-old fucking guys. Like, no. I mean, I think that the biggest consumers are women 25 to 35. You guys are fucking buying makeup and, you know, clothing and so much shit. Yeah. Like I thank God every day I'm not a woman, because I wouldn't want to have to do all the maintenance.
It's a lot.
To keep up with the Joneses. You know, as much as people are like, no, not every woman has to. If you want to get fucking laid and, you know.
Or you just ask Kenny.
But, yeah. No, but I mean, like the amount of work that goes into being a woman is so much more. Like I might wear this same outfit tomorrow and nobody gives a shit.
No one will notice either.
No. It's like I've gone days without fucking grooming myself and everybody's like, it's normal. It's like, you guys got to shave everything. You got to take care of everything. You got to fucking Botox everything, you know? Like there are women in my gym and she could tell you, like, the upkeep is like, it's got to be hundreds of thousands of dollars. Right? What do you think she spends on all the upkeep?
Oh, he knows. He's like thinking of someone in his head.
She knows. Yeah. Like,
he needs to know after this.
A month. Easy. Yeah. And there's a bunch of, but even her, every time we got to go somewhere, it's like, I got to get my eyelashes done. I got to get my eyebrows done. I got to get my fucking Botox done. I'm like, it's crazy. I got to get my nails done. I'm like, oh, I got to get a foot massage. I'm like, how are you what about Nicole? One of my coaches in New Jersey. Every fucking time I need her to like do something, she's like, oh, I'm going to a tanning salon. I'm going to get my hair blown out, get my nails done. I go, how the fuck do you have enough money to pay for all this shit?
It's a business write-off though.
Oh my God, it's crazy. She's always doing something. Where could everybody find you?
Oh, I love that. Instagram, at Ayesha Sehra, at Coffee and a Good Vibe. I always say like, don't confuse, you lose. Like, just direct to one place and it'll direct you everywhere.
But Coffee and a Good Vibe has been around for how long?
7 years.
7 years.
Mm-hmm.
OG.
Yeah,
OG.
so long.
What are you, 30?
30 now. No, I turned 30 like.
Good on you. You were fucking young when you started that.
We met when I was like 22, 23.
Oh, fuck, don't remind me.
I remember when we met.
Yeah.
We got connected through a friend and we met for coffee at
Where was that? I
near
remember.
the gym.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I remember it because it's everywhere. Stumpton.
Yeah, Stumptown.
You don't. Oh,
Yeah, Stumptown on the one on 29th Street.
You don't talk. That's not in the rotation anymore.
What, Stumptown?
Yeah. It was back then. You were like, meet me here.
Yeah,
It was like, this is my place.
Yeah, I used to love Stumptown, and then when there was a couple times I went, and it was just like, it's just like these fucking angry, pissed off, super leftists there. That I'm just like, it's just off-putting. It's like, I don't care if your fucking hair is purple and you hate fucking the male species. Please, just give me my fucking coffee.
This is why you hate matcha.
Yeah,
I get it.
Like, no, like, I don't give a shit. Like, I live in New York because I love diversity. I love people being themselves. I love art. I like all those. But when you hate me because I don't look like you, then it becomes a fucking issue. And it's like, no, I don't want to go there because you're fucking pissed off that I'm a male and I stay.
No more Stumptown.
I haven't been in a while. Yeah.
But that's where we met.
Yeah.
You were so New York too.
Yeah. I hope I still am.
No, you.
Well, listen, that's all the time we have, right, Ram? Yeah. Thank you as always.
Thank you. You crushed my podcast. Everyone should go listen to Coffee and a Good Vibe.
Coffee and a Good Vibe. Yeah. And I was the second time I was on.
Yeah, and the second time hit.
Yeah.
The girls love you.
I wish.
They do.
My hair is thinning.
They loved your smasher pass.
Oh yeah,
we need to do another one next week. I'll plan one, but I want to do it all like dating.
Okay. Yeah.
For the girls.
Yeah. I was very I'm very disenchanted with the whole idea of dating nowadays because it's like no one can, like when I think about dating shows that I want to, if I wanted to watch that shit, I'd want to know what like a bunch of hot 20-year-olds are doing, not some old fucking guy.
It's sure they're young on the shows.
But we'll see. We'll see if people are interested in it. Guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about it. And do not forget, mark your calendars. September 27th, Strong New York. It is the biggest fitness and wellness festival that New York has ever seen, and it only keeps getting better. We have TED Talks from some of the smartest people in the business, doctors, nutritionists, trainers, longevity experts, you name it. We have a full expo floor with 80 plus brands. We will have workouts going on, 25 plus workouts going on all day long. Everything from puppy yoga to jujitsu to lifting weights to Pilates. And then we also have 5,000, God willing, keep our fingers crossed, 5,000 plus people joining us at the Glass House on 48th and 12th Avenue. So do not forget, share with a friend, and keep drinking your Celsius because they are our sponsor. Live fit. If I'm not drinking coffee, I'm drinking this.